Everybody, welcome back to A Cow's Opinion, where I, the cow, give you opinions on the latest, greatest, and sometimes weirdest things that are happening in the gaming space. And today, Activision lost some really great games. I understand that the whole reason I started doing these opinion videos is because of what Activision was doing and Blizzard was doing, but man, I keep trying to find positive news. I'm not finding anything interesting that's positive, but Hasbro, who owns the licensing for Transformers, wants to release the old Transformer games, and Activision lost them, and the toy company calls the whole situation with Call of Duty's publisher frustrating. So if you remember, there were some really cool Transformer games, specifically War for Cybertron and Fall for Cybertron. They were done by a studio called High Moon Studios, and I absolutely love them. The games were awesome. They had some multiplayer stuff, but you know, that was just, the story was fantastic, the designs, the transformation. These games were great, but they got released a long time ago, 2010 and 2012. And it's been a while since they were available for digital release. And so now with, you know, remakes and remasters and just re-releases coming up, Hasbro's like, those games are really good. Why don't we release them again? And unfortunately, Activision is like, well, so let's look at this nice little article from Mr. Zach at Kotaku. But basically, what made these games so memorable and beloved was that they told their own stories about the origins of popular characters like Megatron and Optimus Prime, while featuring kick-ass combat, and included the ability to transform into different vehicles. I don't feel like you need to say that part, because that's what the Transformers do always. But in 2018, all Activision published Transformer games, and several commissioned from other developers, were yanked from digital stores, making them hard to acquire and play. It seems that Hasbro now wants that to change, and Activision needs to find them. So there was a article with a Transformers group called Transformers World just a couple days ago on July 28th, and Hasbro was talking about its new line of video game-inspired Transformers action figures. Let's take a look at those just for the hell of it. Now, some of them were based on the designs seen in the Cybertron games, and naturally, Hasbro was asked, what about re-releasing those games? But Hasbro was said it won't be happening. Sadly, apparently Activision's not sure what hard drives they're on in their building. When a company eats a company that eats a company, things get lost, and that's very frustrating. Activision has been asked, but has not commented about this. Now, Hasbro thinks that the merger between Xbox and Activision will help bring these games back, and it probably will. As soon as the FTC lost their case, you know what happened? A lot of old Call of Duties servers came back online, and people love that stuff. We want those games back up for people to have a chance to play, and I would love to play them I haven't played them in years. I don't even remember them, but I remember them being awesome and fun. Interestingly, Activision's lack of organization has caused some headaches for the toy designers, because the company complained that it had to load the games up on their original platforms and play to find specific details. For World of Cybertron, we had to rip it ourselves because Activision could not find it. They kept sending concept art, which we didn't want. Yeah, they don't want the concept art. They want the toy to look like the actual final model. They don't want it to look like what it might have been. So we booted up an old computer and ripped them all out from there, which was a learning experience and a long weekend because we just wanted to get it right. That's why we did. So yeah, props to Activision. But yeah, those look really cool. Optimus looks nice and beefy. And Bumblebee has, I guess I think maybe the hands are removable. In the game, your entire arm transforms into whatever cannon you're using, if you've never played. But Hasbro is releasing 3 new Studio Series Gamer Editions from Transformers War for Cybertron. How much is Optimus? Is only $35. That's not bad. I would have expected to be a lot worse. And look at that. Oh, cool. His little thing fits on like a fire truck hose. Bumblebee's $25. And Barricade is also $25. Makes about sense. So yeah, guys, if you look, I'm not saying that Microsoft buying Activision is necessarily the best thing for gaming, but if it keeps Activision from screwing things up like this, maybe it's the best we can do for now is a good way to say it. So let me know what you think on this. Would you like to play these or see them played on the channel? Did you play these games if you're old enough? Or because it's only been about 5 years since they were available for wide release on digital platforms. That's not terrible for some of my audience. And would you like to see more old games returned now that Microsoft has Activision's entire library? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much, and let's all have a wonderful evening, because it is 105 degrees in Texas. It's 102 right now after sundown. You can see it here. It sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? Play more games! Because games are awesome, and you deserve awesome. See you later.